Bubble boy.
Yeah.
Bubble boy. It's incorrect. Has to take steroids.
If there's one set of fans I would not with, it's the Bills.
Children, please, you got a whole life.
Yeah.
Let's buckle up here.
All I want for Christmas is for LeBron James and Serena Williams to have a baby.
Yo.
For science.
She must have been on suicide watch when she saw Gronk dent that thing. We're all going to die.
Smash that like button or I'm going to get kicked out of the house. I can't pay rent.
I'm telling you, my dog is a World War II vet, and she just gets healthier every day. And I don't know. What did you do to my mic?
No, why would I touch it?
I know you. I know what you did.
I know you.
I know who you are.
I know who you are.
What the heck did you do?
Bro, what did you do?
I love everything. I love our process. I love everything about
Get
our.
the creative juices flowing. Everyone wants to do breathing exercises before we start.
I love everything. Welcome back to Sports at Tap. I'm your host James Lane with my
Just jumping
co-host
right in.
Kyle Johnson.
Okay, what's poppin'?
No Ryan today because I don't know, is in no, he's in Aruba.
In the arms.
He didn't take us on this trip.
Yeah, what a bitch.
What? Rude as hell.
Ryan, I know you're gonna watch this.
You owe us. You owe us a trip to
owe us
Aruba.
a trip to Aruba. Yeah.
Or at least like a shot glass as a souvenir.
I hope you stub all your toes.
Actually, hot take, souvenirs are stupid.
What?
I think they're dumb as hell.
What?
I don't need a t-shirt for a place I've never been to. Oh, thanks for this shirt.
Well, it depends on the souvenir. If I go out to if I go to Mexico and I bring you home a giant sombrero, you're not gonna be like,
That's different. That's different.
That's what I'm saying.
How many
Depends on
times
the
have you
souvenir.
done that for me?
I will.
Okay, first off, if you go to Mexico without me, I guess I went to Mexico without you.
Yeah,
but
go fuck yourself.
and how many souvenirs did I bring you?
You should have brought me a sombrero.
Nothing.
Giant sombrero.
This is my point exactly.
Maracas?
Souvenirs are overrated. Nowhere did they sell maracas.
bullshit. It's Mexico.
I didn't leave the resort. I was a safe boy. But let's get into today's episode. I'm gonna do a little recap of the divisional round. Just absolutely electric. Every game ending on the last play of the game. 3 last-second field goals and then an overtime thriller.
Bro, poor Josh Allen.
I honestly,
13 seconds left in the fourth quarter and you lose that game.
He did nothing wrong.
No.
He literally threw 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
That game was so baller, dude. That was a sick game. It was just back and forth and back. The whole week was disgusting.
Well, there was that. You feel for Josh Allen. I wanted Mahomes to lose, and I don't even hate Mahomes. Mahomes goes off and does his thing, bada bing, bada boom. Then you have the thriller with Joe Burrow. Just going off. And I know it was a low-scoring game, but the guy got sacked 9 times.
Yeah.
He needs to learn how to get rid of the ball faster. I know the offensive line isn't great, but he needs to learn how to get rid of the ball faster. That's my big take on that. But then you have the last-second field goal. I love that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to get to keep playing. But the 2 big games...
They're going to be fucking dangerous.
Jamar Chase will easily be the best receiver in the league one day. He's already top 5.
Really?
And a big part of it...
hot-ish take, but not...
The big reason is because he's playing with Joe Burrow. Not that to take away from his talent, but imagine if Tom Brady got to play with Randy Moss earlier, or like when Joe Montana had so much time with Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
And I think they have even better chemistry than those guys I just listed.
Yeah.
Because they've already played in college, so they got to develop it earlier. The 2 games I kind of want to get into, so we will lead into our segment today, is the other 2 games with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I know it's 2 separate games, but these guys, it's more what's going to be happening after. I know Tom Brady wasn't the real big driving factor why they came back against the Rams. I mean, he had that bomb to Mike Evans, like a 60-yard touchdown.
I mean, that team was pretty broken. The Bucs. They had a lot of injuries. I know their right tackle ended up playing, which is huge because he's been disgusting. They got Leonard Fournette back, but they were still without like Chris Godwin. They were still without like a lot of their like key pieces. Their secondary has been destroyed.
I mean, also losing Antonio Brown. I mean, I know he's kind of a nut, but on the field,
It's still Antonio Brown.
that's Antonio Brown. There's no taking away from his skill set.
To go from the best wide receiver core in the league to just Mike Evans is tough. It's
Because you go from a number 1 receiver down to a number 3 receiver at best.
Yeah.
And that's at best.
Scotty Miller, he was there. He was there all season. I thought he was pretty decent last year, but to not play all year, just to get thrown in when it matters, it's tough. I don't know.
I mean, and Gronk's not what he used to be, but he had to be used for blocking because that offensive line was so beat up. Plus, you have Aaron Donald and Von Miller coming at you all game.
Yeah, the Rams
Of course,
stacked, too.
Gronk has to be there.
That was the Rams' game to lose, and they damn well almost did.
Oh, my. I mean, what a throw by Stafford at the end of Cooper Kupp. That's just one of those plays that Stafford's been waiting to have his whole career in a big game.
I will say I love that Stafford's getting his comeuppance right now because he's earned it, bro. Suffering in Detroit for so long.
Without a doubt.
He has absolutely earned it. I really hope to go. Comeuppance was definitely the wrong word. I think that's the other way. If he was like a snarky
it's kind of like
asshole,
no, it's more like a breakout kind of game, which in a way it is. But we all know Stafford's been that guy. But now he's on a team where he's showing he can be that guy. I mean, that game I know Tom Brady didn't play his best, but what is they were down by so much they still came back. That defense played a huge role.
Yeah.
But now I want to flip it over to the other game with Aaron Rodgers. Your defense, realistically, let up 6 points.
Yeah.
Because the other one was a blocked punt touchdown. Yeah, your defense let up 6 points, and you could not do it. I'm tired of... I mean, and not to get in the whole GOAT debate, but like the debate where Aaron Rodgers is in that conversation is like, no. And I get his defense let up a lot in some other games. Where it's like, oh, they let up 45, they let up 30-something. They realistically let up 6 points. You know what? Say the 13. Say because that was the final score, 13-10, and you couldn't score more than 13 points, Aaron Rodgers, where you have Devontae Adams. You... Don't get me wrong, and Rodgers is a great quarterback. I'm not trying to say he sucks this and that, but when you're talking about upper echelons,
but it's Brady and everybody else. It's no longer it's not Rodgers and Brady. It's Brady and everybody else. It's Brady, probably Rodgers in his own category, and everybody else.
The thing I find interesting about
I
want to bring it to like the Brady's Rodgers. What I find interesting is not that we're so much going to be talking about the games they just played. It's what's happening after. These are the first and second MVP guys for this season.
Yeah.
And their future is unknown. Rodgers...
That is kind of weird to think about,
It's super weird, especially because they're the older guys in the league, but Brady could be done.
Brady could retire. This is the first year Brady has not came out and been like, yeah, I'll be back.
He was just like, I'm going to think about it. Rodgers is even saying, I'm going to think about it.
Rodgers is going to stay, I think.
I think he's going to stay in the league, but there's no way he stays in Green Bay. There is not a prayer that man stays in Green Bay. They had to win the Super Bowl if they wanted to have a chance to keep him around.
Well, see, if I'm Green Bay, I'm probably begging at this point. I'd be like, look, I can keep Devontae Adams around. We can keep. I don't even know. Like, there's no real incentive outside of Devontae Adams to keep him on this team, other than the fact that it's all he's known his whole career.
And it's going to be kind of a waiting game because Devontae Adams is going to be like, Aaron, you coming back? Because if not, I'm out too.
I definitely think he leaves if Rodgers leaves.
100%.
He's not going to get the same production anywhere else with it. He's not... I would almost be inclined to assume that they're going to want to be a package deal somewhere. Like, if you don't have the cap for Rodgers, you probably don't have... If you don't have the cap for both Rodgers and Adams, you probably aren't going to get Rodgers, in my eyes. Which is why I think he goes to Pittsburgh. I think they both go to Pittsburgh.
I don't think that's a terrible place because Mike Tomlin clearly likes the guy. He's
a
all
winning
about
coach.
it. He's a winning coach. He's
the
never
fact
had
that
a
he
losing season.
I said it earlier in the year, and you guys thought it was awful. If Mike Tomlin made it to the playoffs with this cracked out roster, and Big Ben with a wet noodle for an arm, he deserves to be in conversation for Coach of the Year. I still stand by
the
that.
original take was that he should have won it, but...
Not won it. No. I never... We can go back. I'll pull up the fucking film.
But anyway, I don't think that's a bad spot. The only... Where I think he's going to go, and this... I mean, I think Rodgers is going to go to Denver, only because they have a lot of young weapons there.
Teddy's out, too.
Teddy's gone. Drew Lock's gone.
Drew sucks.
And the bigger thing... Yeah. The bigger thing is... John Elway's there, and you know John's going to go, hey, what do you want? Anything you want, Aaron, we will make happen for you. Because
they also have the weapons, too. Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick's not bad.
And you don't think they would try to add Devontae Adams if they wanted to? It's a no-fly zone already on that defense.
Yeah, that's a good defense.
It's a good team. They're just a quarterback away from being... And when you're talking about this good of a quarterback, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers.
That would elevate the Broncos, in my eyes, to Super Bowl contenders.
I mean, you add Aaron Rodgers to any team, it's Super Bowl
without
contenders.
Devontae Adams. But, like, do you want to play in Denver? Although he's used to the cold, yeah.
The cold's not a problem for him.
Actually, he'd have his long ball, his Hail Marys would go even farther.
Yeah, Mile High Stadium.
Yeah.
But you have John Elway the guy that has been looking for a quarterback since Peyton Manning. How would John Elway not?
I don't think there's a team in the league that would turn down Rodgers if Rodgers came up and was like, "Hey, give me a shot." I don't think there's a team that would be like, "Well, I mean."
Unless you have a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, like if you already have one of these top tier guys,
there's three or four teams that I think would be like, listen, we can't afford it. Like there's as much as we love it, no. Like Mahomes, no. Bills, no. You're right. Probably Ravens, no. They're gonna have to pay Lamar.
If you have your quarterback of the future, it's solidified. If one of these guys that are like 3-4 years in already, it's like this is our guy, no question about it.
I genuinely think the only two options are Denver and Pittsburgh for him. I think that's the only two teams that make any sense.
The reason I think it's John Elway. That is the thing for me. John Elway is going to go, hey, what do you want? Oh, you want to trade this guy? Because Aaron Rodgers wants. His biggest thing is he wants say in the front office. Yeah. He wants the Tom Brady treatment. That's exactly what he wants, and I think John Elway is going to give him that.
I think Mike Tomlin's in the same boat too. I think Mike Tomlin's like, bro, like you need it, we got it.
I do too, but
both these teams have weapons and defenses. The only difference is I think Pittsburgh needs to get an O-line.
Pittsburgh doesn't have great weapons. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be a free agent, but once again, bring in Devontae Adams.
Yeah, well. They also, too, as much as Claypool's a fucking idiot, I think he's really talented. Juju, I think, is talented. They didn't have a quarterback that could get them the ball. Ben Roethlisberger couldn't throw farther than 40 yards.
Agreed. I think the Broncos are just a more mature team in the receiving core aspects, where the Steelers are not.
I don't know. Mike Tomlin's
skill-wise so much. I'm saying the aspect of actual maturity off the field.
Yeah, but I think Tomlin's going to fully... Like that's what he's going to emphasize. He's going to be like, look, you ever do that shit again, I will cut you so fucking fast. Like, enough of this TikTok shit, enough of this like dancing on the fucking like we're here to win football games. Start acting like it.
Yeah.
And he's a guy I think everybody respects. I think if he decides to cut somebody regardless of talent or whatever it is, and I think the owners are going to be behind him. Like it's Mike Tomlin, bro. Yeah, he literally has never had a losing season, which is absolutely absurd. So. I don't know. Rodgers is big takeaway is Rodgers is out of Green Bay.
Rodgers is gone out of Green Bay. There's no debate on that. I think what could they even do? And their weakest point is they don't.
Fucking beg.
The thing that sucks for the Packers, they don't have an owner. So that's the problem where they don't have an owner. It's a board. It's actually held by shares. Yeah, how did you not know this?
I don't know.
Yeah, so where the difference is Tom Brady could go to the owner and be like, hey, I have a problem. Or any other quarterback in the league could. Aaron Rodgers has to go in front of a board. Well,
is that why okay, that makes a lot
that's why it's a lot harder for him to, be like, hey, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. You got to convince a group of people rather than one guy. Big difference. So I think that's why going to talk to John Elway is a huge step up because Mike Tomlin, I'm sure, is going to give his 2 cents this and that, but John Elway's higher up on that list of hierarchy of power. Yeah, but either way, he's gone without a doubt. There's no way he stays in Green Bay. Tom Brady.
It's another big one.
Tom Brady. I think he's seriously considering retirement, but what should happen?
I'll cry, bro.
This is what Tom Brady should do. We talked about it a little earlier. This narrative of Aaron Rodgers only won 1 Super Bowl in Green Bay, but it's because of this and that. This is what I want Tom Brady to do. This is what he should do.
Switch positions to wide receiver.
Nope. Tom Brady. Let me get through my whole point. Tom Brady should leave the Bucs. Go to the Packers, call his buddy Odell and say, hey, get over here so he has a weapon, and win a Super Bowl with Green Bay. Do you know how big of an alpha move that would be?
Yeah, but there's no way. There's no way.
That's what he should do.
Why? We just talked about why Rodgers wants to get out of there.
But once again.
Why would Brady want to go into there?
Because Tom Brady. Tom Brady's, we talked about it. You said it yourself. He's next level.
Yeah, it'd be a cool-ass fucking thing.
1 year. 1 year. This is it.
I don't think he would.
I think that's what he should do.
I think it'd be an alpha move, but I
think it's the biggest alpha move he could do. He's got to win the Super Bowl. If he doesn't, then it's like, it's that kind of that last year where it's like, maybe he should have retired.
I don't think he would. And the only reason I don't think he would, because the team's not good enough to win with, and I know he's next level. We still agree. The team's not good enough to win with Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. I don't necessarily think that's, 100% right. I think that team is set up to lose football games, like when it matters most. Like
Aaron Rodgers couldn't put up more than 10 points
I know.
in his own stadium.
I know.
Tom Brady's literally never done that in the postseason.
I know.
I
don't
think
know.
it would be the
I don't
sickest thing that he could do.
Yeah, it'd be cool as
now,
fuck.
if he won one with Green Bay, could you just imagine that? Because all these people that are like Aaron Rodgers, all this and that. Brady goes there 1 year, wins it.
Flips everybody.
Oh, I would like, and not that it's not even Brady has this debate. Like this
No.
is purely from a fan standpoint. Brady realistically is probably not going to do this because he's not going to.
Back, he stays with the Bucs.
He's going to stay with the Bucs most likely. But could you just imagine if he calls Odell and goes, "Hey, sign a 1-year deal. Let's go to Green Bay. I know LA is nice and sunny, but let's do it."
I don't think LA has the money to keep Odell.
Unless Von Miller retires.
Not happening. Von
But
Miller's too good.
not to make it about Odell, but I'm just saying, how cool would that be? And once again, this is from a fan debate standpoint. Brady could care less. He's not going back to the cold. There's no way he goes back to the cold.
No.
There's no way Giselle's going back to the cold. Giselle literally.
She'll kick his ass.
Giselle.
Dude, I gotta stop yawning.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna smack you in the mouth.
Well, listen, I didn't get a coffee this morning.
Somebody slept in, so you shouldn't be yawning. But yeah, literally, Giselle, she wanted him to retire after Super Bowl 49. And if Brady goes, let's move up to Green Bay, she will go, do you want a divorce?
I'm going to Wisconsin without my wife.
I'm never going to see my kids again. I might play till 50.
Woo! As much as an alpha move as that would be, there's no way.
No way it happens. No way, but that's what I want to happen. That's what should happen, just so this is really for the fan.
I think Brady would have a permanent middle finger up at all times if he goes to Wisconsin.
Could you imagine, first off, you'd have...
Doing an interview, he's literally just like, oh yeah, what was that? You say something? Oh yeah, no, I'm the best quarterback to ever play for Green Bay. Not to mention it goes from
Favre, Aaron Rodgers to Tom Brady. Now, it would be a 1-year thing. That's it. But how amazing would it be?
This is how you know we're like nitpicking with this dude. Like we're just like, come on.
Well, Tom's the GOAT. There's no debate. It's already over. But these Aaron Rodgers fans that are saying like he could be in the debate, I'm like,
well, they
shut up.
They bring up decent stats. So Aaron Rodgers is probably the best regular season quarterback I've ever seen. But like playoffs, no. And like people,
where are the legends made?
Exactly. And it doesn't matter like what your stats are. I mean, it does to an extent, but if you're not winning, you're not winning. It is what it is. Like, if Brady put up monster numbers in the playoffs and only won like 2 Super Bowls, we would not have this conversation.
Totally different.
Like this would be a very different thing. And I think people forget that. Yeah, I think people forget that. Like, I get it's a team sport, but when you're the quarterback that's consistently winning Super Bowls, when you're more likely to make a Super Bowl than Steph Curry is to make a fucking 3, like, come on now. I don't care. And he did it on 2 teams. Like it's over.
Now, to get serious about Tom Brady, I wouldn't be shocked if he walked away. Because you got to look at what's going on. Godwin's there's a lot of guys that have to get paid. Chris Godwin has to get paid, and I don't think the Bucs have the cap for it. Antonio Brown's done. There's no way he comes back to play for anyone ever again. He is.
Yeah, but wide receiver, they can always go out and get a guy. There's always people to fill the.
Now they're wrong. Maybe he tries to call Odell, and maybe because Odell's always wanted to play with him, but he's kind of liking it in LA, and especially if they win a Super Bowl, he's going to stay in LA.
They still might not have the money.
If Von Miller retires, I'm just saying. Even on the defensive side, though, there were holes. There were absolute holes.
Yeah, that secondary's trash. And I don't fully blame them. That's just
they were 100% healthy this game, but they had so many miscommunications against the Rams. It was terrible. I know
they were not 100% healthy. That fucking secondary was absolute. Byron Murphy Jr., their best corner, who like snapped his arm in the beginning of the season. You remember that?
He was back in the game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were saying that the Week 1 starters, this is the first time who they were expecting to play Week 1, all played in that game.
Okay, so that's 100% a miscommunication. I mean,
there was a lot of miscommunications.
Yeah. I did not realize he played.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because they said all their starters were playing. I think Tom walks away.
Dog, I'll legit cry.
My
mental's iffy right now as is. Fucking, if Tom Brady goes, I think I'm fully. You ever see that the video where the redneck dude just like straight up walks into the water and it's give me the beat, boys, and yeah, I think we can recreate that video. I just won't ever come up.
I really think Tom Brady's done. He has nothing left to prove. His wife's wanting him to retire. They were already struggling this year, and I say struggling. He still led the league in passing yards, touchdowns, and completions. The dude might get MVP, even though I think Aaron Rodgers is going to steal it from him. But I think he could keep playing. But the fact that he's thinking about it, Bill Belichick always said, once they start thinking about it, they're done. I really think he's done. He already won. He has nothing left to prove. He's got the stats. He's got the rings. He's done it with multiple teams. He beat Bill Belichick the one time he played against him. What more does he have to prove? He had nothing left to prove after Super Bowl 51. And then he won 2 more. There's nothing left. I think the guy's done. As much as I would love the alpha move to Green Bay, realistically not going to happen.
Like, actually sitting down, like, really thinking about it, if that was Brady's last game that I ever saw, I don't know. That's a lot.
I think he's done. I really think he's done. I know he's always said, 45, but it gets to the point where it's not just him. It's the guys around him where it's like a 2-year stint after they won the Super Bowl. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll take a pay cut. I'll stay for another year. The guys start to get older, and they're like, okay, we're missing out on we got to go get our money. Like, Tom, we love doing this, and if, like, this is great. We won a Super Bowl, but it's time. Most guys are like, once they win one Super Bowl, okay, now I got to go get my money. If you had Tom Brady to come back another year, I still think they're contenders. But it's not just Tom Brady. It's the guys all around the team.
That whole team is screwed if Tom doesn't come back.
Oh, the Bucs will go from first to worst unless they land Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my God.
Not happening.
There's no way, but...
Although, who could they? If Brady retires, that's a conversation for another day.
I think Brady's done. I hate to say it, because I grew up watching him, and the league just won't feel the same.
I have literally never watched football without Tom Brady. I have never done it. I have yet to be alive to where I have seen a football season without Tom Brady, except the one year even that with Matt Castle.
But he was there.
He was there. He was present.
Give me a real reason why he wants to come back. To win another one?
I mean, if he gets MVP, it's like, how can you retire, bro? You're 44 and you just won the fucking MVP. I think if I'm Brady, I'm like, fuck it. Let's just. Why not? I clearly haven't lost a step.
It's not the physical ability anyone's concerned about. I don't care what receivers you put around him. You're 44. You put any quarterback at 44 years old, they put up those stats.
Like, that's
wow.
When Brett Favre like retired, everyone knew. Like, we're watching him in Minnesota that last year, and it's like
stay home.
First off, Minnesota. I always forget that he did that 180 so fucking hard. But like when we were watching him play that last year, it was like, God, dude, you look winded, you look gassed, you look like those Wrangler jeans are calling your name. Like,
Copper Fit's not a thing, but it's in your future.
Copper Fit is coming, dog. Like, the writing was so on the wall. This year, I didn't really have any, Brady's going to retire thoughts until these last couple weeks.
You know what a real reason I think he's going to retire? This dude came out with the Man in the Arena, his whole documentary for every Super Bowl trip he made while he was still playing. Why would he come out with a documentary for every time he's been to the Super Bowl while he still had a chance to go?
Because you could still add more to the documentary. You know what I mean? Like,
I get that, but
just make another episode.
No, I understand that.
You thought it was over? You thought the series was done?
But I think this is kind of his like farewell. Like, this has been my career. Okay, we're good. Goodbye. Like, this is it. This is all we've done. This is He has nothing left to prove, and I know we're kind of beating a dead horse. But realistically, name one thing left that he would have to do in this league.
Switch positions.
Everybody knows that's not possible. Tom Brady comes out to be the best left tackle.
Just the form is just immaculate. You're like, what the? He's shuffling his feet.
He's holding Aaron Donald off like nothing.
Myles Garrett, why? What do you mean? What do you mean you got blocked by Tom Brady? What do you mean you got burned by Tom Brady on the edge? What do you mean?
The fact that he's come out and said, I got to think about it, means he's done.
Yeah.
It means he's done.
If this is Tom Brady's farewell, you know what? I am privileged. I am honored. I am grateful I got to watch this dude play for as long as I did.
Oh,
like, honest to God. Like, if this really is it, if this is the farewell Tom Brady.
That's it. I don't think he wanted a farewell tour. I don't think he really did, because I've always said he was never going to go out on top, because if he did win a Super Bowl, he would have been like, we can do it again.
Yeah.
We can do it again. Why not? Where this year it's like, this is
It's
getting
not like
tough.
he wasn't fucking close though.
No, and I get that, and I saw some aging in him this year, but still, I mean, once again, he could be the MVP. The fact that aging Tom Brady is MVP caliber,
If he goes out with an MVP too, he might.
he's done. I think he's walking away from the game. I think there's literally nothing left. No, I know there's nothing left for him.
We'll see.
Unless he goes to Green Bay and wins one just to give the biggest middle finger to all the Aaron Rodgers fans. This is what I want. That's all I want. If I could just ask one thing of Tom Brady left.
Santa, if you're really real, I'll just have one Christmas wish.
You can't keep asking Tom to winning Super Bowls. It just, you can't.
I've given you 8.
7.
Ooh.
Ooh. Just go win one in Green Bay. That'd be awesome. That's, yeah. Being a dead horse. That's all I've got left. He's done. He's gone. It's been a privilege. Way to be a time. What a time to be alive.
Way to be a time.
Way to be a time. Never forget. Never forget. Never gone. Always here. Thanks for joining us here. Sports on Tap. If you like what we're doing, we do have a merch store. The link is in the description down below. Also, share, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your buddies
friends.
about us.
Tell your family.
Tell your family.
Let us know.
Tell the grocery store workers.
Yeah.
Tell that guy on the side of the street you see every day. Be like, hey, I know you have no internet access.
Sports on
Sports on Tap.
Sports on Tap.
Check them out.
Pretty bitchin'.